Thanks for tuning in and welcome to Christian Life Adventure. Do we really believe what we say we believe? Consider the words in our prayers. What do they reveal? How about our songs? We'll sing some profound things, but is that what we really believe? Or do we even really want those things? This subject carries a lot of power in our life. All of our words do. So let's see what our words can teach us about ourselves and the power they can and should carry on our behalf.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Let's consider some of the things that come out of our mouths as Christians. We believe in forgiveness, but in the midst of trials, it's usually our brother that uses that word, not us. And when we're attacked and wronged, how do we view it? How do we handle it? Do we drop it, or are we at least willing to? And if it's acknowledged, there's an apology or we've made up, then at least there's a promise and a hope of change. And people are always changing, so we should believe that. The real question is it for the best? And we say we believe that, but do we trust them? Do we let them in? Obviously, this varies on each person in every situation, but your preparation defines your belief. And you should know that. I'll say that again. Your preparation defines your belief. Even if the best of friends had an issue, right? Even if it just completely falls apart, you can still be at peace with someone. There should still be wisdom and you may need safeguards, but you should know your position. You should be polite. You should be patient. Like Paul says in Romans 12, you shouldn't be repaying evil for evil. If it's possible, then as far as it depends on you, you should live at peace with everyone. That means you should be very respectful to them. Do not be overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. So that kind of tells you what you really believe. How are you reacting and acting in that situation? Do you believe in forgiveness? And that's just one example. Let's look at another example. How about songs? Think of the songs we sing. Think of the song Oceans. In verse 1, you call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery. In oceans deep, my faith will stand. He said, you call me out upon the waters. And that's what we sing. Is that really what we want? To the great unknown? Think about being out in the midst of the ocean, as deep as it gets, all the way away from land, where even if you don't believe in flat earth or you believe it, whatever, when you look around in that circle, you don't see anything but water. It's deep, it's dark, you can't see down there, and you know what's down there. There's eels, there's sharks, there's whales, there's octopus, there's all kinds of things. Is that really what you're singing and what you're asking for? For him to call us out upon the waters to the great unknown where your feet may fail? You cannot reach the bottom. You're not even close. But yet, the song says, and there I find you, in the mystery, in oceans deep. My faith will stand because our feet can't hold us up. We're standing on that faith. And the chorus says, I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine. Think about that. Keeping our eyes above the waves. That's just keeping our focus on him. And the next verse says, your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me. You've never failed and you won't stop now. So the grace abounds in the deepest waters. If you were only in ankle deep water, you would never know what he could sustain you through. You'd never know his sovereign hand to be your guide unless your feet failed. But out there in the midst of that ocean, think about it, 3 o'clock in the morning, it's pitch black, there's only a moon out, fear surrounds you. But he's never failed, and he won't start now. The bridge says, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. That's quite a prayer. That's quite a thing to say. Let me walk upon the waters. See, you couldn't walk upon the water if you didn't get out of the boat. Wherever you would call me. That's the song we sing. Wherever you would call me, take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. See, our feet aren't taking us out there. That's not our desires. We want where it's nice and safe and comfy. We want all the creature habits. We don't want the danger. We don't want the uncertainty. We want the bank account so full we know where that payment's coming from. But see, we'd sing, take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. But my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. In the last chorus, I will call upon your name, keep my eyes above the waves. My soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours and you are mine. See, if you've never been embraced by Christ himself, then you can't put words on it. You can't convey that to somebody else. If you've never been out there in the deep where you had no hope but to rely on those prayers to be answered, then you can't convey to somebody where your faith is at. And God has called us. He's called us right out there in that deep. And he does it through relationships. So I ask you, where is your beliefs? When you look in the mirror, when you look at your words, think about Proverbs 18:21, that death and life are in the power of the tongue. That's a powerful statement. So when you think of your words, do you use them considering the power that they have? So be careful what you say. Look at your relationships. What do they teach you? Because God uses the people in our life to necessarily point out our flaws or reveal them, and to show us as we rub against different people in our life, like sandpaper at times, we see the error, we see the flaws, and we see where we need work. God uses that. And don't think it's that person, because God has very carefully chosen the people that are in your life for very specific reasons. So be proud of how far he's brought you when you look at those relationships. Be proud of the fact that you're not as bad off as you were, but keep pressing forward to a higher calling, because he's calling you out to those deeper waters too. Thanks for tuning in today and checking out our content. Know that you are loved and appreciated, and I thank you for liking and subscribing. For watching and listening to your own words, you will have a great week.
1 small step for man, 1 giant leap for mankind.